organization. So it might be in between two departments or in between two levels. So maybe at times, when the labor goes on strike or things like that. So that is also a friction wherein their values, their perceptions, or maybe because they have they lack somewhere in providing facilities to them, these things that occur at that moment. So this is intra-organizational conflict, and that conflict is occurring within that organization. Not other organizations are involved in it, but within that organization, maybe at different levels or at same levels, or people are going through some rough times and coming across these conflicts. Next slide, please. So, see, in our company, we like open discussions, and this is how they discuss. So, group conflict. So, now when we come across group conflict, the first one is intergroup conflict. So, intergroup conflict is basically conflict between two or more groups, in between different groups, or so asked to achieve a particular goal wherein they have been given different projects, and somewhere their ideas, their perceptions, are not similar. They are somewhere very much apart from each other. Next slide, please. So, see, you can see here, for gaining free publicity, what they want, the corporate wants them uh, to turn this office into a reality show and start hating each other. So something, this is somewhere related to intergroup conflict. That okay, conflicts are arising. Next slide, please. So when we talk about intra-group conflict, it is conflict amongst the members of a group. Members of a particular group are having conflict, maybe because of different ideas or different perception about a particular thing. As I said, basically, at Max, in when we talk about industry, when we talk about various places where there are more employees, conflicts are definitely they're gonna come, and you have to know how to face them. And they might come at any level. They might happen in between your own group, the group which is made exactly to resolve all the conflicts. Conflict might arise there also, because all of us have different perceptions. So next slide, please. So I really wish you would have come to me first with your problems, Tom, before going on the world's worst bosses reality show. This is something, as I said, we lack communicating, and we don't communicate with the person whom we are supposed to. At that moment, the conflict increases. This is not where we are resolving the conflict, or we are managing. This is something, this is a place when we are creating the conflict, we are making the conflict even worse. Next slide, please. So when we talk about individual conflict, we come across two kinds of conflict. First is interpersonal conflict. So when we talk about interpersonal conflict, it may be conflict between two or more people. Maybe husband and wife, boss or employee, anything. So related with your own life, related with your with your profession, anything. So we almost every day, every time we come across these conflicts, that conflict might be with that auto wala bhaiya also, that no, you are asking for more money, I never pay this much for coming from that place to this place. Conflict might occur in between anyone. So this is interpersonal, wherein you might have that conflict between two or more people. Next slide, please. See, you are busted, you are fired. Both are fired basically, but they are happy that the next person is gone. Next slide, please. Then the next is intrapersonal conflict. So when we talk about intrapersonal conflict, this is mostly that conflict is occurring within an individual. Should I choose A? Should I choose B? We always come across these things, in serials or in programs or in cartoons mostly. One angel, one devil standing, flying over our head. We always come across these things. So this is somewhere intrapersonal conflict. That is the conflict in between our own selves, where we are not able to understand what we exactly want or what we exactly think about a particular situation. Next slide, please. Oh, just thinking of new ways to avoid everyone I work with. And you? see, some people might, they just don't know how to deal with others. Or at times they don't know even how to deal with themselves. So trying to occupy themselves in different work, trying to indulge in different work so that they can avoid these conflicts or so that they can keep these things away from them for as long as they can. Next slide, please. So now there are 5 ways how we can manage a conflict. The first one is avoidance. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't care. They don't care. Let's leave this thing here itself. Next, competition. Let's compete. Let's see who gets or who receives that or who achieves that. Third, accommodation. Okay, I leave it for you. Please go ahead and grab it. Fourth, compromise. Trying to compromise. Okay, let's both of us compromise and get something out of that situation. And the win-win situation is when it is about collaboration. Because both of us or all of us are gonna get something more than expected. Next slide, please. Yeah. So how do we basically, differentiate these 5? So when we talk about these things, on this particular scale, we come across 2. So on the x-axis, basically, we have taken importance of relationships. And on the y, we have taken importance of achieving goals. So when both these importance, both these things, like if I want to achieve goal or if I want to, have good relationship with others, when both these drives are least, we prefer avoiding. So basically, it doesn't matter. Even though if I'm achieving that same or I'm not, even though if that relationship lasts for more time or it ends here itself, I don't care basically. So I just like to run away from conflict and I am trying to avoid it. So one or both parties seek to suppress the conflict. They'll try to suppress the conflict. Let's end it here. Or maybe let's, when it's about a particular project, let's leave that project then and there itself. Let's not go ahead with this project. Let's leave it. Okay, I don't want to do it with you and leave it the same. So let's just leave it. Accommodating. Accommodating is when importance of relationship is high, but importance of achieving goal is low. So because I want to establish good relationship with that industry, with with those employees, I am gonna leave my part. I'll be like, okay, please take over this. Never mind. So basically, I'm giving up for them. Next is compromise. Compromise comes when both importance of achieving goal and importance of relationship is equal. So we both decide, so okay, let's compromise. So they are not maximum, but they are okay, equal and in between, so average. So when they are trying to do this, this is when it is about compromise. I can't see this slides. Can you, Neha?
The slide share stopped. So can we restart the slides again? Share again, please, Poonam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after compromise, we are going to come up with collaboration. So when we talk about collaboration, both the drives. So basically, I want to have good relationship with them and I also want to achieve my goals. So what I'm going to opt for, let's collaborate. Let's come together and go ahead with this thing. Let's come together and work on this particular project. Are we on with the slide?
Who was the backup for Poonam?
Where's Poonam? I can't find her.
She has a bad network connection, I guess. That's why she's off.
Okay, just give me a moment.
All right, thank you to all the 92 participants who are here. Just give us a moment and we are going to be right back. In the meantime, thank you all for joining. Thanks, Antariksh, for that thumbs up. Yeah, Poonam is back. Poonam, can you share the screen now? Give it a try. Poonam, are you able to share the screen? You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm doing.
Great. No problem. Yeah, Ritika, she is able to share in a few moments, so you can continue.
Okay. Or if you can allow me to share, I have it on already. Yeah.
You're on.
Great. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So when it is about collaboration, both parties win because both the drives, that is, I want to achieve this goal and I want to establish this relationship. I want to continue with this relationship. Both are high. And when we talk about competing, it is when, okay, I don't give that much importance to that particular relationship, but I have my eye on that goal. I want to achieve that goal. And that is when I am competing with the another party. So basically, all these five, some are high on relationships, some are low on relationships, some give importance to achieving goals, and some doesn't care basically, even though if they achieve it or if they don't. So a competition is basically I win, you lose. So the winner becomes clear here because they are basically competing. So when we are competing for a particular position, we definitely get one person who is coming up or who has won or who have achieved that position. The next is winners usually experience gains. That competition gives clear-cut results. We know who are the winners, and they mostly get gains. They mostly experience gains there because they're mostly rewarded. Someone doing good for your company and coming up that say, I want this. It's something that you're definitely gonna reward that employer. Accommodation. I lose or give up. So this situation obviously decreases that conflict situation, but the problem is it enhances the ego of the other individual. The others, those who are those with in front of whom you have said, okay, I give up. You have gave up in front of them, and now the ego of that party is, on the seventh sky. You can see we are so good at things that people are giving up in front of us. Even now, even they're not in that situation that they can even fight with us. Compromise. We both get something. It shows goodwill that okay, both of them wanted to establish that good relationship. They give importance to each other, and achieving the goal is also important for both the parties. Compromising. And next, establishes friendship. Establishes friendship is basically when both the teams are compromising, they are compromising for the other person, obviously. And this shows that, okay, they are together. So somewhere, you even come across that, okay, they are powerful together. Next is collaboration. We both win. Everyone is going to win in this situation and it creates good feelings, obviously, because both of them is going to get more profits, more achievements, more gains, and less loss. They lack in losses and they'll get more and more gains. So basically, accommodating is a friendly helper. This kind of a person is a helper that, okay, I give up for you. Collaborating, this sort of person is moreover a problem solver. So, both the teams involved in this, they prefer solving the problem and they don't want, that they should anywhere lag in their achievements also. So they want that goal to be achieved properly, but they also want the relationship to go well. And at that moment, they come across in the collaboration. Then compromising. They're like, fine, okay, whatever I get, that is fine, but both of us should get something. avoiding. Okay, I don't care, I'm leaving this thing. Fear itself. And competitive. This person is a tough battler. I'll fight till my last breath sort of person. So, okay, conflict resolved. But is it really? So we need to know few tips for managing conflict positively. So the first thing, ignoring the feeling or perception which indicates that others are wrong or need to change. Why conflict arises? Because we feel that others are wrong or they have to change. I am perfectly all right. So this is, you know, the most disastrous feeling at that moment. This is the feeling which creates. This is the perception which creates more and more conflicts. Not only at this particular moment, but this is gonna create more conflicts in future as well. So try to ignore these feelings or these perceptions that indicates that okay, only others have to change. Interact and express the desire of working together for solving the conflict and issue. Don't just start crying or you just get annoyed or angry that, okay, I don't want to work with this person because she's competing with me or something like that, or because we are having a conflict. So that doesn't mean we are going to spoil our relationship. What we can do is we can interact. Basically, instead of lagging in that communication thing, we can try express ourselves more, we can talk, and we can express that desire that, okay, I want to work with you. So fine, we have conflicts, but let's work together and try to resolve them. Let's try to come out of these conflicts, these issues. So try avoiding spontaneous reactions and try to adopt destruction-free methods for resolving the conflict. Why does usually conflict arises? Because we react spontaneously. We react at that particular moment without giving it a second thought. So what we can do, we can try to avoid a spontaneous reaction that, okay, I might get very angry because of what is happening in front of me, but I'm not supposed to react or show that I'm very angry at that particular moment itself. Let's understand what exactly is happening and then opt for destruction-free methods. So let's resolve a conflict in a much more better and positive manner. Try to increase empathy by interacting with other team members on a personal level. So when I talk about empathy, I basically mean try to, put yourself in their shoes. Understand what they are going through. Understand their perception, their point of view. Try to think from their point, from their perception. I always come across this thing that map is not the territory. Map is not the territory. So what I see is not exactly, what is happening around me. You have to understand things from everyone's perception so as to get a better understanding of what is happening around you. So increase empathy. The more you increase your empathy, the more understanding you'll become regarding others, and you'll get a better understanding of how you can resolve your conflict. So you can interact with other team members on a personal level. Try interacting with them, talk to them, express them, tell them what you are going through, and tell them that, okay, I do understand what you are going through. So increase this. Increase your communication skills, increase your empathy. Treat others with respect and trust. Always treat others with respect and trust. Even though if you are having thousands of conflicts, respect the next person with whomsoever you are having that conflict. Because conflicts are even limited to a particular area. If you have conflicts with someone in your office, that is limited till your office only. The moment you step out of your office, it is something that, okay, we are back to friends. Now that doesn't mean that, okay, I had some issue with someone in my office and now I met that person somewhere out and so now I'm going to show him down or something like that. Never. Treat others with respect and trust. It's okay. Whatever we have, that is different. Let's keep our relationships different.
Ritika, we have your video off. Can you switch on your video?
Yeah. Okay. So is Poonam ready with that?
Okay.
Is Poonam ready with that PPT? If she has it, then I'll start my video.
Poonam, are you ready with the PPT, Poonam? I mean, please, Parivartan,
Yes,
switch on your videos. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Parivartan team, are we there? Yeah. All right. Poonam, can you start the sharing if you can? Yeah. Poonam, are you able to share the screen? Yeah, great.
Yes, it's sharing.
Sure, great. That'll be more interactive because I see people on the chat box trying to interact with you. You're going great, Ritika.
Okay.
So, yeah. Poonam, the slide that we were on, Ritika?
It was at the end, I think so.
Tell the number.
For managing.
Number.
I think it was 32 or 33.
Number?
Great.
This one?
Just a moment. The next one. Yeah. So interrogate the situation rather than getting biased. So what we do usually is, okay, so my friend is having a conflict with someone else who is not my good friend. So what I do is I just become biased that, okay, if my friend is doing something, so she must have thought of it and then only she is doing it. So what I do is I get biased. Whereas I'm not supposed to get biased. Instead, I'm supposed to think about that situation, that what she's doing, is it right actually or not? The moment I realize that, okay, I'm not supposed to get biased and I'm supposed to understand the situation properly, that is when I am doing proper justice to that situation. So, because I'm trying to interrogate the situation, what exactly happened? And I'm not trying to get biased. Next slide, please. Poonam, next slide, please. Yeah. So what we can do is, there's a dispute, conflict. Let's negotiate. Let's compromise. Let's agree to something and see the conflict is resolved. But if you suddenly think that after that dispute you're gonna see the conflict resolved, it's not gonna happen. And this is not a one-way thing. All of you, anyone, with whomsoever you are having that conflict, you have to compromise somewhere or the other. Maybe you are not interested in collaborating, but the next person is interested in doing the same. So you might have to agree to them and you might have to, collaborate with them. Next slide, please. Yeah. So basically, what we conclude to over here, try to understand what triggers you on a personal level. So, what happens is we try to judge others, we try to interrogate others, we try to understand their perception, but we don't try to we don't try to understand our own self. So we don't interrogate our own self. The first thing when you want to resolve a conflict, if I talk it from a very psychological perspective, you have to interrogate your own self. Okay, what triggers me? What things make me angry? What things affect me on a personal level? The moment I realize this thing, I'll try to keep myself, I'll try to keep myself in such a condition that, okay, whenever something is triggering me, I'll try my best to not react, because I know that, okay, at this moment, I am gonna react. So I know when am I supposed to control my own self. So interrogate yourself, understand what triggers you on a personal level, so that you can deal with the conflict situation with a better and mature understanding. Here I've written at the workplace, but this applies same in your personal life as well. When I know that, okay, if someone tells me something and I get annoyed because of that statement, once I realize this thing, I'll try not to get annoyed, because then I'll realize, okay, that person is saying this intentionally to make me feel bad, or so that I can get annoyed. This is something where we can limit ourselves, where we can limit our thinking, and where we can stop ourselves from creating conflict. Try to understand other members closely, so that negotiation and conflict management becomes easier for you while dealing with them. When you understand others members closely on a personal level, you know where you can negotiate with them, you know where you can ask them to trust you or to follow you. If I want like in an office, I'm working in this office and I want that we should have a coffee machine here. So obviously, if I go to someone who likes to drink tea only, so to that person, negotiating this is not the right thing. That person be like, okay, do whatever you want. I don't care. This is none of my business, basically. But going to someone who loves to drink coffee, that is something that person you'll definitely you'll get that cooperation from that. Okay, okay, yes, why not? I'm with you. Let's go ahead and ask the authorities that let's have a coffee machine here. This is a very simple thing, a very basic thing. How will you know that the person likes coffee? Only if you know that person personally. Only if you have spent some time with that person. So try to spend time with people, understand them, communicate with them so that negotiation and conflict management becomes easier for you when you have to deal with them or whenever you need their support. Next slide, please. So here the conflict is resolved. Next slide, please. So I just wish you all to please keep aspiring your own selves and keep inspiring others. Thank you so much. Next slide, please, Poonam. Thank you. Over to Rizara.
Yeah, Ritika. Thank you so much, Ms. Ritika, for your thoughts and how you explained about different types of conflicts and significance of our dealing with our consciousness. Now, before we move ahead, I would like to tell that we'll be having a question answer session later for everyone who has questions. And we will also be providing e-certificates. So please remember to fill out the feedback forms that will be shared soon. Now, moving ahead to our next speaker, that is Mrs. Neha Sahu Prasad. She is the chief trainer for Skillionaire and an MBA from XLRI and a dual engineer. She is trained in classical dance, portrait painting, Zumba, and gymnastics. She was an ultimate all-rounder. She got through campus interview for HSBC Bank, Vishakhapatnam, and served the world's local band for 7 long years as an assistant vice president in card retail services and internet banking, providing various trainings to teams. She is most sought after as Naturally Neha, digital life coaching certified trainer. She is also charter president for Lions Club of Patna Central Classic. With 8 years of Lionism, she has been involved in various community projects that have generated measurable impact in society, engaged in community development and social support. With numerous awards, she has also been awarded as the best president, felicitated with International President's Appreciation Award. She has conducted many Most Wanted 8 Hours workshop with her mentor, Mr. Subhash Karthik sir, our chief guest, benefiting numerous thousands. She has been organizing numerous district, multiple national and international seminars and training. She, as you know, is well-known name in the field of public speaking, hosting, and coaching. I'd like to invite you, Ms. Neha, over to you.
Thank you so much, Tara, for that elaborate, indeed a wonderful, in fact, introduction for me. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone today who is here. Thank you so much for being with us all along. And thank you so much, Ritika, for, being with us and giving us a wonderful session before me. Ritika, you can now switch on your video too.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ritika. So let's go
I was
ahead.
just going through the chat. Yeah.
Oh, great. So yes, everyone here, I would like you all to please ensure that you have your hands on your chat box now. The reason why I'm asking you to do that is because we are going to interact. This is going to be an interactive session and I want all of you to be replying me as we speak. Okay? So let's go ahead and ask everyone, when I say the name, that is pain to power. This is something that you're seeing on your screen right now. So what do you think? What can the pain be? And what is that power, that you would need? Can anyone in the chat box now type what pain here is referred to? What do you think? Team Parivartan, please admit people. Yes, I'm able to see the chat boxes. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Mental pain, like taking responsibility. Yes, I feel Shivangi Mishra is saying mental pain, but yes, that's kind of a pain. Yes. And how do you get that mental pain? Shamli Mitra, taking responsibility. Absolutely. Taking the entire responsibility. Dr. Poonam, yes, pain in the minds. That's absolutely true. Meena ji, yes, being more responsible. Awareness, expression. Okay, great, 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 great. Yes, yes, yes. I agree to all of you. To all of you. So, right now, the session that we are having, this is a session which is definitely going ahead and helping you with something that eases your pain. It gets you into power. And what is that? Yes, it is a session that goes in detail in the best way to delegate and empower your team. If you're a housewife, let's say you ask me, why delegation for me? It is. You cannot do the entire household work all by yourself. You need a kamwali bai. Maybe at times, you need people to take care of that. So just give me a moment, and here I'm just connecting to my video once again. One moment. I hope you can hear my voices. Now, people, everyone on the chat box, please let me know what is the power you feel you will gain by delegation. Please give it a type. Mentally strong, okay. By getting love, strong, time, okay. Shared vision, wonderful, wonderful. Self-confidence, great. Absolutely. So these are all the things that we're getting through delegation. Absolutely. So this makes it great learning for anybody that is looking for help on how to delegate, keep everyone happy, and most importantly, be happy. Yes, for you to be happy, it is necessary to get work done, and it often appears, easier than it actually is. So basically, it is very easy to delegate tasks. We do that all the time. At times, if we are not able to do things by ourselves, we ask our family members to do it. क्या आप मेरे लिए ये कर सकते हो? क्या आप market जाके ये ला सकते हो? Because you cannot go yourself, right? Maybe if you're not able to cook for that day, you tell your husband, can you try your hands in cooking that day? I know Subhash sir is not going to try that, but yes, we have others who can try that. So this is due to the fact that whoever, is the leader of the project, they'll have a clear vision as to what they want. What is the end result they are looking at? What do they want in the end? What is the goal, the target, right? So there's various benefits of delegating in your workplace, including your home, including everywhere. This is including, improved productivity. In fact, I would like to mention the name of IDQ Value Adder Academy here, where, the mentor, obviously you're going to meet him soon. He did start delegating his tasks so that we can go ahead and increase the productivity. So delegation is definitely an important thing to do so that you ease your burden, right? And delegating is a task. You just can't give anyone, any tasks to do, right? Delegating tasks to others also gives delegator more time to focus on other tasks which needs to be done. So let's say if there is a lot of work to be done, for example, you are working in a company or let's say in a team. Let's say about Ela Mittal ma'am, she's a president in Lions. She is right now with us. And she has to actually focus on a hunger project tomorrow. But today, it's very important that somebody goes out and, handles all the, old clothes to people who are in an old age home. So what she can do is she can make conveners for two activities. One convener for today, who's going to go ahead and take care of the old clothes that are to be distributed to orphans or old age home, and another person to delegate for tomorrow's task, that is the hunger task with her, right? If that is a mega hunger task, you need even more people for the task to be delegated. She can tell someone to, have a contact with somebody who is cooking the entire meal, and then, collaborate with them to get the food to the venue. right? So all these things can be done. In addition to this, it gives others the ability to learn and develop self-confidence. Just give me a moment, guys. I have a little problem here. 1 second.
Okay, so I think network glitches everywhere. So let's just wait for a while and I think she'll get back.
Yes, I'm back. It was because I was switching networks.
Great.
My network's gone here, so just a moment. All right. Are you able to see me, guys, now? Yeah? Absolutely. Thank you so much. I hope the network is fine now. Ready? Okay, great. That's wonderful. So absolutely, I was sharing the point where in addition to all these things, delegation gives you ability to learn and also develop self-confidence. Now, if you ask me how, delegating, it builds trust between workers, improves efficiency, and also streamlines workflows. Ritika, are you getting my voice?
Yes, you're perfectly audible. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Thank you so much. Sure. So this is what we need. When we trust people, we know, that this, will also improve their efficiency. Don't you think you're motivating them to do more? Don't you think you're empowering them? You're not only streamlining your workflow, but you're also going ahead and entrusting them an important responsibility. You're making them more responsible. Yes, if you have people around you whom you're attempting to empower, then delegation becomes absolutely essential. I would share my story where at one point of a time when I was a new assistant manager in HSBC Bank, I used to always think, because they were my peers out of whom I did go ahead and get promoted. I was like, this guy cannot do the job. So, I'll have to do this. I'll have to make all the reports. I'll have to take the attendance. I'll have to do everything. And I was like so overburdened that I used to go back home around, let's say, 8 or 9 in the night. And my parents used to ask me, you're a girl. I mean, why are you doing so much of a job? I said, it's my responsibility. Then my dad told me something, either you're in the wrong job or you're doing the wrong job. So absolutely, this word or this line absolutely touched my heart. Okay. So this actually touched, my heart, and I did decide that it was not the wrong job that I was in. It was the wrong job that I was doing. It was not my job to make the attendance. It was not my job to go ahead and take, make the coding reports. It was not my job to ensure that I am taking the training. No, I was a manager at that point of time. So I had to delegate tasks to people according to who could do what. Now, how to delegate? Not everyone can do everything, right? So you need to know whom are you delegating the tasks to, who can do it best. And the biggest fear that we have before delegating is the fear of being replaceable. And I'm being really honest, because we need to understand that we need to grow up. We feel that somebody else will take our position. Don't you feel? अगर कोई और जो काम आप कर रहे हैं वो करने लगेगा तो शायद वो आपका पोजीशन लेगा. ये डर तो आपको लगता है ना? At times it does happen. I know you have the chat box on. Definitely tell me, guys, don't you ever feel this? The fear of being replaceable? If you're with me, say yes. If no, anyone is no, like we'll definitely ask them. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Absolutely. So we need to grow up, guys. You will not allow or give opportunity to everyone else. I mean, they will not grow, and even you will not grow. You will definitely not grow, because if I was the one doing all the work, I mean, I don't know where I would have been, but yes, I started delegating tasks to my team. My team started liking that, I'm trusting them Maybe as a colleague, I never trusted them well, but as a manager, I was trusting them. Yes. Why? Because I had to get my tasks done. I knew somebody was really bad, in attendance, always taking leaves. That was the person whom I made responsible for attendance. Somebody whom we wanted to, always be on time because he was always late. He was the exact person taking care of punctuality. So to ensure that everyone is coming to office on time, bang, 9 a.m. systems on, he had to be there by 8:45. So we used to do all these things, okay? And it was really fun. Delegating is fun, misplaced sense of guilt and handling off our work to others is definitely going to pay us bad, because at times the sense of guilt that I'm not doing this work and I don't know that other person is going to do it that well or not. Maybe वो मेरी तरह नहीं कर पाएगा. Okay, नहीं कर पाएगा आपकी तरह. Not everyone can be that head or a manager like you are. Not everyone can be the coach you are, but they can learn, right? So it's a good initiative, but bad result if you have that guilt in you. Take off that guilt. Yes, right now, take off that guilt, I said. So let's learn, go ahead and, a few delegation skills that are going to help us today. So if you all are able to see my screen, you will see a few points here where top 5 delegation skills are shared. One is communication. Next is giving feedback, time management, training, and trust. These are the keys. We're going to come to each point and elaborate it well. It's very important that you communicate clearly. If you don't know what task is being appointed to whom, and you call that you've delegated it, that really doesn't work, right? Let's say a specific person has been designated a task. You need to be sure what the task is, what task is given to him or her, and what are you expecting out of that person? Because you're giving them responsibility of that particular task, okay? So it's very important you have a one-to-one conversation with that person to ensure they know clearly what you expect out of them. They know what to do, right? Now, giving feedback is also very important. In fact, when I am under a coach, I always ask him, please give me feedback. There's maybe something which I'm not doing like him, but I do ask him for feedback, asking, maybe I can improve a little more. So giving feedback definitely does not mean that, you are the one, responsible for everything. So you're not telling that person that you are the one responsible, because he knows he is responsible. But it doesn't mean if you are delegating a task to others, you are not responsible for the entire task. Because at the end, it's going to boil down to you. Because this was your task, right? You were the one delegating the tasks to others, giving responsibility to others. In case they are not able to fulfill the responsibility properly, it's going to come back to you, because that work is not done, right? So make sure that the goals are met and provide clear feedback and what went well, what they struggle with, and why. I guess this will ensure that the next time you delegate them a task, they're going to do it really well and come up to your expectations. Now, can everyone here tell me how many of you here have tried delegating tasks to others instead of doing it yourself? How many? The chat box is on, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. How many of you have ever tried delegating a task? All housewives have, okay? All housewives have told their husband, "Jaake sabji le aana raat ke liye." I know that. That's also delegation, let me tell you. Yes, I'm funny here, but it's true. That's delegation. That is delegation. Now, delegation teaches you a very important thing, that is time management. You have to be effective in time management because you have to give clear deadlines. Let's say there is a project that is coming by for the next Sunday. If you do not give the clear deadline that by Sunday this has to be submitted, that means it has to come by me till Saturday at any cost. So you have to give them deadlines, give clear deadlines, because you need to be sure that the work is done properly. You need to give them checkpoints. Let's say the task is to be scheduled for Sunday, right? You have to give away the task done by Sunday. the report should be sent. Now, if you have a team who's working with you, ensure that you have a checkpoint like Wednesday or Thursday where you can check back with them where they've reached. You can also hold that person accountable because you have given the responsibility to them that you are supposed to take care of this particular thing. This particular report is going to be made by you. The entire accounting report is your responsibility. So you can hold that person accountable, and definitely for anything, any project, decide whom to delegate in advance, because delegation, you need to know when to delegate. You should have time to delegate, right? And in case you do not have time, you know that you cannot train that person for that particular thing. Let's say the person is not even trained and you ask him to do a job. You definitely cannot go ahead and expect him to do that, right? Has it ever happened to you guys that you have given a task to somebody who was untrained and it didn't go well? Is that a yes or a no? Please type on the chat box. I'm waiting. On the chat box, everyone. Every time, okay. Ritika, yes. Yes, ma'am, okay. Thank you, Kelly Bogi. Thank you. You're from Africa. Thank you so much for joining, Lion Kelly Bogi. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. And yes, we all have done this. So do we understand how important training is? Ilama, many times, I agree with you. Even I've done that with my team. Absolutely, bang on. Because at times, we don't realize that training is important before entrusting a job. At times, I tell my secretary, please go ahead and report it on my LCI in Lions. The poor lady doesn't know how to do it. And she doesn't even tell me that, Neha, I really don't know how to do this. And then because she thinks maybe if, she might think, oh my God, I don't even know this much. She doesn't tell me. So here it was my mistake that without training her on that particular portal, I have asked her to go ahead and, report a thing. So make sure that your team member has those abilities to perform that task before you give them. So some training might be required, not always, but yes, it might be required before delegating, right? So often managers, do not delegate because they don't trust their employees, to do as a good job as you're going to do it. Because even I used to feel the same. Ye mere jitna acha nahi karne wala. I mean, I can do it better. So why give them the pain? But trust is definitely a key to effective delegating. If we do not delegate, the entire burden is going to be on us. How many of you agree? How many of you agree that if we do not delegate the task, the entire burden is going to be on us? I know. Thank you so much. See, do it yourself and say to others, I completely agree. You should know how to do the job. That is when you're going to judge someone if they do not do it correctly, right? So you need to know the job well. Yeah, that is for sure. Now let's come to something as to how to delegate. How are we going to delegate these tasks? I mean, there should be a way, no? Or should we just go ahead and give anything to anyone and, just you do this, you do that? Is it possible? There should be a way how to delegate, isn't it? So let's come ahead to something really important here. You have to decide what you have to delegate. There might be a very important project. Okay, let's say that there's a convention or a meeting coming up. And you cannot give everything to anyone. You have to decide according to the skills that they have, as to what thing is going to whom. Let's say somebody is very good in managing people. So might be we keep him in the inviting committee that, you talk to people and you make them come. So you have decided what? Inviting. Who? The person who is good at interpersonal skills. You're going to give him that task. Somebody who is good at selling something. You're going to place him that, yeah, we need some ads, for this convention. We need some people to actually give out money. So somebody is good at selling. You might want to place him in that place, where you have to get those ads. These all are the things that you're going to do to see what is to be given to whom. And please ensure, as I mentioned in the communicate section, explain how and what is to be done. You have to communicate very properly that what are you expecting out of them if you're giving them a task. And as we mentioned, agree the milestones in between. Check with them, we will come back. Let's say there's a 1 month ahead of convention. You give them a date that, by 15th, we'll have this target. So let's meet by 15th and decide where we are so that we plan the next. Delegate autonomy. This is absolutely important because they are the ones who are going to decide, your entire responsibility, how it's going to be shared. Because if they are going to do your tasks well, they're going to entrust it upon themselves, take the responsibility. I'm sure your tasks are going to be easy for you. Because see, you doing one task and you having 5 hands in doing that. This is how my mentor explains me. I am doing something alone, and if I have 5 trainers under me, just imagine what kind of a change I can bring, how much amount of work I can do. And if I do such a big amount of work, I'm sure, everyone is sharing my burden, so we can do more work. Yes, we can do more work. Thank you so much. And yes, monitor milestones. The reason why we say monitor milestones is because we have a target in mind. If you remember, we have set a goal that in 1 month we have a convention. So what do? We have kept a meeting in between on the 15th to see where things went what. But we need to keep a milestone. Let's say in the next 10 days, we are closing all the things, let's say the selling of ads, let's say whatever was given to the seller to book, the hall, everything. We are deciding and you're monitoring whether everything is done or not, because it's your responsibility in the end. Do you remember? It boils down to you. So it's your responsibility to ensure that the task is done well. So you will be the one monitoring the milestones that you have given to the ones you have delegated. This is one way you will be reviewing the progress, right? And once you know that you're progressing and you're reaching your goal, you very well know that this will be accomplished, and not only accomplished, this will be a success. You will do great. How many of you feel you're going to go do great if you delegate your tasks? Please put your hands in the chat box and tell me, is it a yes or a no? Okay, I see people saying me, Shivangi, thank you. Antriksh, how to find the right people? Absolutely, Antriksh, we'll have a session on that too. Thank you so much. And there's so many people replying now. I just hope you're not able to see the chat box on my screen. All right, and award and reward. Now, do you know this is really important? If you do not appreciate someone for what they have done, that person might not do that for you again. Let's say you go ahead and ask them, you have done this, fine. This is the next thing, and you're going to do this. You are not giving even a feedback as to how things went. You're not even appreciating them for what they have done. Don't you feel they'll feel a little disheartened? At least a person like me would feel. How many of you would feel disheartened if you did not get an award, reward, or an appreciation for your good work or hard work? How many of you feel that? I mean, how many of you are like me, basically? Yes, you would, yeah? Absolutely, that same happens with all of us. Because yes, if you do not get appreciated, you do not get award or reward for whatever you have done. It might be a small reward. The reward could be something like a star, okay? Maybe a 5-star. It can be a chocolate, it can be a card saying thank you, dear. Without you, this would not have been possible. That's it. We're not asking for a world or a remuneration kind of a thing. Yes, decide what? Again, award and reward again goes to decide what and decide who. What is the award that you're giving and to whom are you giving it? Do they really deserve it? How much work have they done? Have they really worked that hard? Right? So these all are the ones, these things, these are the states of delegation. And I'm sure that in today's session, by the end of this, you would have known that delegation is really important and what can we do to delegate the tasks, right? So thank you so much. This is naturally Neha. I'm, yes, the Charter President of Lions Club Patna Central Classic, and I really thank you, Parivartan, and all the people associated, for giving me this opportunity for this lovely session. Do keep in touch. You have my number on the screen. That's 9852931814. Or you can email me also your questions, if any, at nehanikhil24@gmail.com. And again, this was never ever without my team. So on behalf of Lions Club Patna Central Classic District 322E, thank you so much to each one of you. My pleasure. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, Neha ma'am, for such an enlightening and insightful session. I should say that both the sessions were really amazing. We all loved it a lot. Now, today's chief guest, Mr. Subhash Karthik, one of the well-known name in the field of employee performance transformation and life coach NLP, and also a premier motivational speaker in Kolkata. Internationally certified NLP practitioner, he has a rare ability to electrify an audience yet deliver uncommonly original and useful insights that lead to individuals doing their best work, teams providing superb results, and organizations becoming unbeatable. For anyone who is in pain for any personal, social, mental health, or professional reason, not able to manage their life, relationship, stress level, trust level, having regular health issues, having a long struggling career into service or business sector, now needs a business or life coaching support, can count on Eastern India's most talked about coach, Subhash Karthik sir. He has 8 years of corporate experience in sales and marketing, customer service, and banking operations, as he has been associated with leading brands like HDFC Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, IndusInd Bank. Till date, he has trained more than 5,000 corporate employees and 15,000 students. I request you, sir, to express your views about the session and enlighten us with your knowledge about the same briefly. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy and I feel very pleased that I've been invited for this program. And thank you, Neha, for inviting me. And thank you, everyone. What to say? I've been into this coaching for last more than 10 years. But today's session was amazing. Started by Ritika, talked about, uh, conflict management. It has been a wonderful session. I always, whenever I go for any kind of training, although I also train, but I always try to be a good student and try to listen everyone, because it helps me to also learn many things. And I would really say today, the presentation given by Ritika was amazing. The steps and the kind of conflict management I was going through, it was really mind, what should I say, it was very much informative and entertaining. The kind of example Ritika was giving, it was really very nice. And I was going through the feedback, live feedback by the audience only, and they were really enjoying it and getting a lot of insight. So I really want to thank Ritika for that. I also learned many things about it. And then I came to know about Neha. Naturally, Neha, yeah, she's a very natural speaker. She knows, how to speak, how to present, so that each and every ideas, it goes inside the mind. And because that is important, speaking is not the thing. We need to reach to different hearts of different people, and Neha could do that very well, and Neha can do it. I have been with Neha for few training, so I know Neha has electrifying ability to present herself. So Neha presented wonderfully about, that is called delegation. Wonderful topic, I would say. Maybe the name delegation doesn't sound so good, but delegation is something which is very important. Like, if I talk about me, I am a coach. I always used to feel that, no, I will coach. If I give something, my training, I don't know what that person will do. Will that person do justice to that training? But this is a very, I would say, uh, this is a very negative attitude. Although I always try to feel positive and think positive, but I was not delegating my stuff, delegating my, hours to people. And today I feel that if I go alone and don't delegate, I will never be successful in my life. Yes, I will achieve something. I will earn something. But if I delegate, because time is very important, and when you delegate, you get the time, and that is important. I will give one more example. I am a coach, so right now I'm coaching from my home. And my wife is also a corporate lady. So we both work, and we have some housemaid also at home, because we have children. So we have 3 housemaid, they are working for us. So sometimes we feel, कभी कभी हमें ऐसा लगता है कि अरे यार, housemaid, we have 3 housemaid, we are giving lot of money to them. हम लोग इतना इतना मनी देते हैं उनको, जरूरत है क्या? क्या हम लोग काम करके पैसे नहीं बचा सकते? हम ही लोग कुकिंग करेंगे, हम ही लोग, आई डिस्कस विद माय वाइफ दैट लेट्स डू इट यार, हम भी तो बच्चे संभाल सकते हैं ना, तो किसी को रखने की क्या जरूरत है? अरे तुम भी तो कुक कर सकती हो, किसी को रखने की क्या जरूरत है? But when we do everything, we do our work, we do cooking, we do children management, everything, we cannot give our best at our professional field and personal field. So we started keeping, the cook also, the, a lady for my children. And after that we saw that, okay, we are spending money to them, but we are getting more time to explore ourselves. We are getting more time to spend time with our family. So guys, delegation is very much important. And I always believe that don't think about how much you are spending, always focus on how much you are earning. Because when you earn more, I think everything goes well. And you can only earn more when you have, you delegate your work to so many people. Then you will see, you will get, many sources of income in your life. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful session. And I would say thank you very much, Neha, Ritika, to invite me here for this awesome session. I personally been benefited a lot from this session. And thank you very much from my core of heart. And thank you, audience. You have been a wonderful audience, and you are a very good listener also. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
My
Most
pleasure.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for giving us more insight about this topic. And it was really nice you came here, you took out time. So it means a lot for us in Parivartan. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Now,
Radha.
yes, thank you. So now, before we begin with our question and answer session, we have with us the CEO of Skillionaires, Mr. Antriksh Shah. We would love to hear from you your views about conflicts and how you deal with them, and also about what exactly Skillionaires is and how we can join it. Over to you, Antriksh, sir.
Sure, you can hear me. I'm just a little traveling today, so
Yeah,
my
we can hear you,
mobile shop.
Antriksh. Go ahead.
Super.
Yeah, you're clearly audible.
So today's session was really insightful. Can you see my screen? I'm just going to share my screen. I have something really important to share with all of you. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Please, I've been trying to communicate this before so that I can save time. I just want to quickly show you guys something that I'm here for, and you guys can explore by yourself. Everybody is independent and can decide for themselves. My team is again Parivartan and Miss Naturally Neha. Neha will be the one taking any questions about this whole thing that I'm going to share. Basically, we are a portal. We are online and open for business. Basically, this is for just admit, yeah. So basically, this is Skillionaires. Basically, we believe that if you learn skills, you will make millions. Okay, so it's not a big deal these days because there are so many avenues available. The whole idea is to empower people. We are launching this portal with some of the categories right now, and we are opening like about 8,000 more categories. And right now these are some of the courses. So being the front man, these are some of my own courses which my team and me, we have worked on. Some of them are paid, but a lot of them are also free. I recommend you definitely, for all the trainers, I recommend you go through this course once. It'll really help you. And I'm inviting you to come down, watch this video also. It'll tell you more about me and my company and our philosophy. I won't waste your time. I'm giving you the link. You guys can decide. Basically, we have our trainers. Only people who are the best in the industry would be invited, and you are invited to become an instructor. The reason being, we are making a good pool of instructors who will create their own courses. So we are going to add a lot of value. To make a portal like this, it would cost you a lot of money. And to cut the whole story short, we are just helping you with this. And then you're going to be also working with us for businesses. We are connected to over 2,500 businesses right now, and growing. So we are already an established company, by the way, by the name of Cyber Technologies, and this is like a funded startup initiative that we have. And what will this do? So basically, let me just quickly take you through this course, and we'll help you with all the questions. And it might be a little overwhelming right now, but this is a very simple course. I recommend that you take it. Everybody should learn how to blog. If you want a free website, contact our team. We'll help you out with that. Um, Basically, go through this, and imagine yourself having a course like this. Okay. And just have a look, inside the course, once you enroll, how it looks like. Just take a feel. You can give me feedback on the portal. I'm really open to taking feedback. We are still developing this, right? So we have also integrated a lot of killer features. I'd like to focus there, but I'll quickly take you through once. So once you continue inside a course, uh, all the details and everything is auto populated. Your curriculum is also here. Let me just show you the curriculum part. So any trainer can sign up here and send us courses. I'm sure you have some training material. Just break it down, into modules and then lessons. Okay. So it'll auto populate the minutes and everything. Okay. And yep. So this is just a quick view for you, and won't take much of your time. Just gonna show you how the course looks like. So this is how the student can go through the content that you have shared, and only once he completes this will the next thing open up, right? You can even drip feed, because if your course is starting from first and it's till 30th, so you don't want certain courses or certain things that you're going to talk about in the future date to open up before. So that's a system already inbuilt. It's called drip feed. Any questions can be answered directly by you on your course, because you will be the instructor. So all these questions, how do I do this, whatever, will go direct. Or maybe you can first search for it, and if they don't have a question, they can send a question, whatever they want, and it'll come out as a comment, and the instructor can reply to it from his instruction. And there's a separate dashboard for instructors. I'm going to quickly take you there. So yeah, again, once you complete this, you get a certificate. So all of you who would like a certificate in blogging, we are open to this. We are currently looking at some universities as well to bring in their courses, and we're also looking at tying up with experienced trainers who would like to take it to the level 2.0. Again, continuing this session, delegation. If you do this, you're going to delegate a joint responsibility. So how this whole thing works, okay, is that we're going to get, like, let's say 100 trainers. Okay. And these 100 trainers will make, let's say, one course each. Okay. And then these 100 courses will be marketed by our team, because we are already into online marketing. You can check out our website and everything, but right now, today, I'd like to keep it about this. Quickly, to take you to meetings, there's an upcoming webinar coming up. Basically, just check it out if you guys are interested, for Parivartan and the team, and naturally Neha and the team,
That's
or
for
for anybody
girls.
who's come to attend for that. Yeah.
Yeah, this coming up is for girls.
Superb. So for whoever, if want to open an e-commerce startup, you want to start selling stuff online, if you're making something, it could be a digital or a physical product, I definitely recommend you attend this one. It'll help you in understanding the core concepts of how to go about what. If you want, you can just read through everything. And if you want it for free also, I can just give it to you, because my idea is to help you grow. So these are some core concepts, everything to start from scratch. If you like it, please do leave us a review, and that will help others in deciding, go in for the best of the courses that we have to offer, because soon we're going to have thousands of courses, right? So I invite you to make your own course. It's very simple to do that. I'll just show you how that goes. So see, when you come here and you sign up, become an instructor, you get this form, okay? But if you're not signed in right now, you will see like a form for signing up, which I'll show you it. So once you're signing up, now just make sure that you click here, okay? And this will give you a whole different dashboard, and you will be able to do some things, which I'll show you what. You can create your own courses. We will definitely help you with everything. So this is my team's dashboard, and these are the courses that we have created with this ID. So just to give you an idea, I had everything ready. Okay, you can make quizzes inside the courses, and you can have your orders, whatever placements for orders has been done for whichever student and everything. You can even have membership plans for your courses, and your activity, if you've replied to any of the comments, from your people when they ask you questions. So if that's all public out here, so that others can learn. If somebody mentions you, it will be shown out here, that hey teacher, I need some help out here. That will be out here. It will be inside the portal itself.
Antriksh, would you like to let everyone know how much this costs?
This is free of cost. This is free of cost.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let them all
Absolutely free
know.
of cost. Yes. There is no cost. As I told you, we are a funded company, and our investors want us to find the best of the best trainers, and we are going to provide you with the world-class platform. Whatever big platforms they are using, you can come and use out here, and this is still evolving. So we are going to be making this better and better. We've already come up with an app as well, and we've already started working on the version 2 of the website. And right now the whole idea is that I'm here letting people know about this opportunity that they have. And you can schedule your meetings and everything. I'll just show you quickly.
Yeah, Antriksh, we are running short of time right
Yeah.
now. So what we'll
Mhm.
do is, I wish you could give your number to everyone and the email. The website is www.skillionaires.com. It's spelled as
That's right.
SKILLIONAIREZ. Yeah.
I've been trying to communicate previously. I just wanted to
Okay.
give a little bit insight before.
Yes.
No worries, you guys can check this out, or just Google it. It's going to come up
Yes.
number one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much, and I really appreciate this opportunity. Yeah. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure, Antriksh. And we actually have lots of questions already, streaming in. So we have to take those two.
Definitely.
Ritika, Subhash sir, and me will be taking questions. So Zahara, are you there?
Yeah.
We also have some questions for Antriksh as well. So it will be
Yes,
great
yes,
if you
yes.
take them. Yeah.
Yes, let's
Because
take
people are
Antriksh's
asking how to-
questions first. Yeah. Antriksh is here, so let him answer the questions first. Yeah. What is the question we have, Zahara, for Antriksh? Yeah, the free courses link is already shared by our marketing expert. That's Rupali ji. She shared https://skillionaires.com. You have it already. Neha ji, please provide WhatsApp number regarding the course. Antriksh, please provide your WhatsApp number here, Antriksh, directly. And then we have.
Connect with you.
Okay, sure.
We are
You can
already
connect with
gonna
me
get
too.
Neha, we have already shared the feedback form, so therein we can share the details on their email ID. So no worries.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Now we streamline things properly, and because there's a lot of work to be done, right? So
Yes,
we
yes.
streamline things, and that'll be better.
Sure.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and yeah, thank you so much, Naturally Neha and Parivartan team, Ritika. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Have a good one, and I hope this benefits you and your team as well. So let me know how it goes, right? Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Bye.
My pleasure. Thank you, Antriksh, for those inputs. Yes, we are not doing this for benefit for us. It's for benefit of everyone that we are here for. Both Parivartan is an NGO. You know, Lions Club International is also the world's largest NGO. So all we need is to add values to other lives. So Pragya, you had a question. So I saw that. Zahara, can we take that up, please? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure. So there's a question from Miss Pragya. She asks how the mental trauma can fuel creativity.
Yes, Pragya is here. Unmute yourself, Pragya.
Yeah, just wanted to ask. Hi, Neha ma'am.
Mhm.
I
Hello.
just wanted to ask how mental trauma can fuel creativity.
So, Ritika, would you like to answer this?
Yeah, sure. See, when it is about mental trauma, it is, very bad memories, bad things, and, all those things which have distracted us emotionally, basically. So, it's like how you want to come out of that trauma. So, some people opt for creative ways, and some people, those who fall more into depression and other things, they are because they are not able to deal with that trauma in a much more positive way. There are always two ways. So either you can convert that trauma into a treat and take something out of it. As you said, you can fuel your creativity, or else you can, opt for destructive ways. So people, we usually come across people opting for suicide and everything. So it's just that you have to keep your mentality as positive as you can, because obviously everything happens for good. Keep this in your mind, and I am sure that you're gonna come out, perfectly molded and in a very beautiful way. Just that you have to trust yourself and follow your hobbies, whatever you like. Because usually when we face some trauma, we forget about our hobbies. We stop following them. When we are consistent, when we are doing things continuously, when we are doing our hobbies and we are following them continuously, then at that time we are fueling our creativity. I hope this helps. Great.
Yes. But Pragya wants to say something. Pragya, unmute you.
Yeah, thank you. That was a nice answer.
Thank
Neha
you.
ma'am, can you just answer the same question?
I feel Ritika is more, in that field of psychology. So she has given the best answer. So we'll move on to the next question, Pragya, because we are running short of time, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was answered. So next question, please, Zahara.
So we have a few questions that we got in the midst of the session. So we have a question from Mr. Suresh. He asks, without conflict, we will not be able to cope with emotion. Is it correct or not?
Neha, would you like to answer it, or should I go ahead?
We'll have Subhash sir answer this. This is about conflict. So
Yeah.
he's done great in that. Go ahead, Subhash sir.
Yeah, just a minute. Could you please repeat the question again?
Zara, can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. The question is, without conflict, we will not be able to cope with emotions. Is it correct or not?
Okay. See, conflict. Conflict is a very, I would say, it's a very natural thing. First of all, whenever we listen the word conflict, we feel there is a problem. But conflict is not a problem. As you know, Ritika also said it very well that sometimes we have a conflict with ourselves also. What should I do? Should I do this or should I do that? And when we deal with others, see, others have a different mentality, and we also have a different mentality. We are different, so conflict is possible. I would say, rather, if conflict is not happening, there is a problem. Why conflict is not happening? Maybe somebody is not expressing himself or herself. So I would definitely take this question as yes, when we have a conflict, it is a positive thing. We just need to have a better communication. We should communicate with the person we are having conflict with. If I have a conflict with myself, I should communicate with myself that what should I do, Subhash? Should I do this or should I do this? So I would definitely say that conflict, it sometimes it it is good. I would say most of the time it is good, because when it results as a win-win situation, even we come to a compromise zone also, I would always say that conflict is a better situation, and it provokes emotion also. When we conflict, it creates an emotion for other person. We think about other person thinks about us. We fight, but ultimately if we have a mindset to come to a better result, better outcome, then I would say conflict is always good, and it provokes emotion in ourselves. And it can be a positive emotion, it could be a negative emotion, but when we are coming for this session, we cannot even think about negative emotion. I would always say that yes, conflict is important, and it is very natural, and yes, it sometimes it provokes emotion in ourselves, and it is positive for us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Subhash sir. Before going ahead, let me
Even I
tell
would
you.
like to add
Yeah.
something a little with this thing.
Please.
It is,
Yeah.
what we feel is conflict might, as sir said rightly, that conflict also, it provokes your emotions. At max, it also happens that because you have, you can feel conflict. You can feel that something is going against me. So, your emotions are already provoked. And then you realize, okay, now this is something that is going against me. So it's just that we don't realize. Sometimes we realize it prior. Sometimes it takes time for us to realize. So as sir rightly said, you realize it afterwards. That okay, now the conflict is provoking emotion. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, Ritika, we have Dr. Jivanta Pereira sir from Sri Lanka. He's an LCIP, instructor, that is Lions International Certified Trainer. He has taken that training too, and he's one of the most sought after trainers in Lions. He's in the highest category of that, and we are honored to have Lion Dr. Jivanta Pereira from Sri Lanka here. Thank you so much for joining us, sir, and we cannot leave you without having a feedback from you. So please, sir, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Namaste. It is a nice session. In fact, I'm really sorry that I was in another program, and when I came join with you all, I missed the presentation of Ritika. I know for sure her presentation would be excellent, she looks like. Really nice. Two queens has made the presentations. Neha, I was able to listen to your presentation on delegation, which is really important. And I was a student of this small time during the entire session. It's a nice session. And in fact, I saw the presentation of Parivartan as well. In Sinhalese, also in the Sri Lankan language, the Parivartan means a change for better. So I know for exactly the same meaning is there in Hindi as well. So it was a nice session. In fact, delegation is one of the very important subject which you touch in very important points. Thank you very much. In fact, I never wanted to appear myself, and I was in my T-shirt and joined the session. Extremely sorry.
Okay, sir. We have always seen you in the coats, with that lion spins on. So today, nice to see a change, Yeah, thank you so much. And also thank you to all the friends from Africa who has joined us, including Crunch Ma'am, Kelly de Bugoy, Ochovo, Stanley Sir, everyone. I mean, I can't name all of them, but yes, thank you so much, all the Lions who have joined. We are taking more questions. So go ahead, Zahira. I mean, what are other questions we have? Zahara, sorry.
Yeah, sure. So we have another question by M. Jayalakshmi. She asked,
okay, let us unmute them now, as we decided that we'll unmute the participants. Let's unmute them. Jayalakshmi is here, yes? Yeah, let's unmute Jayalakshmi. Jayalakshmi, you can ask the question yourself. That will be making it more interactive for all of us. Go ahead, Jayalakshmi, ask your question. Okay, Jayalakshmi is unable to unmute. You can ask the question on her behalf. If anybody is unable to unmute her, then we'll ask her question. Okay, Zahra, go ahead.
Sure. So the question is conflict within ourselves called as confusion?
Ritika, answer. It's your kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting. Okay, if you want to answer. Yeah, at times we call it confusion because, we are at times sort of words. We don't know exactly what that means. जिसे हम हिंदी में नजरिया कहते हैं उसे इंग्लिश में परसेप्शन कहते हैं तो भाई मोर ओवर in layman language we call it confusion and when we upgrade our language it comes as conflict. So yeah, conflict is almost like you cannot say always like every conflict is a confusion, but almost every confusion is a conflict. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ritika. So we have another question that we got in midst of your session. So it's by Swarna Chamaria. So it says,
Yeah, 1 second. I'm going ahead and unmuting her. Swarna ma'am, thank you so much for coming all the way from Katihar. Thank you for being a part of us. Go ahead, ma'am. You can ask your question.
Yeah, I want to know that if you said that if सामने वाला अगर राइट नहीं भी है तो उसको मौका मिलना चाहिए, लेकिन अगर हम लोग जानते हैं कि श्योर रॉन्ग है, जमीन के कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में कि वो उसकी जमीन नहीं है फिर भी उसने उसमें मिट्टी भरना शुरू कर दिया, कैसे हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे? When we know that in front of us that man is totally wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so are you asking, okay, when the person is totally wrong and it, how you are gonna solve that conflict with that person? Is it?
Yeah, let's say her example was that again it's somebody else's land, okay, and somebody has taken that or हड़प लिया and उसपे वो मट्टी भर रहा है instead of other one, so that is wrong, right? So that is a conflict. How would we resolve that? I guess that goes into legal issues.
It's more over a dispute.
Legal issue.
Yeah, it's more over a dispute, and I think consulting a lawyer would be a much more better answer. That person would be able to give a much more better answer. Because this is something where law and action is supposed to come in between. This is not something to do by your own.
Yes. Thank you, Swarna ma'am. Anybody else? Go ahead, Zara.
Yeah, we don't have any more questions, but I would like to know that if
we have hands raised, right?
Yeah. We have one hand raised.
Okay.
Mr. Danish, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Danish, we can't hear you. Could you,
Hello.
Could you, go ahead. We can hear you now.
मेरा एक सवाल ये है मैडम कि मतलब मौजूदा दौर में भारत में गंगा जमुनी तहजीब को हम ये किस तरीके से मजबूत कर सकते हैं?
I'm sorry. Can you go ahead and repeat your question once again?
मैं कह रहा हूँ कि मौजूदा वक्त में भारत में गंगा जमुनी ये तहजीब को किस तरीके से हम लोग ये मजबूत कर सकते हैं, स्ट्रॉन्ग कर सकते हैं?
Yeah, thank you so much, सैयद, आपके क्वेश्चन के लिए. In fact, सैयद, I feel इसमें भी डेलीगेशन ही काम आएगा. इसमें भी yes, I feel इसमें भी डेलीगेशन ही काम आएगा, because आप अगर अपने टास्क, अपनी तहजीब को भी डेलीगेट करेंगे अपने आने वाली पीढ़ियों को, अपने आसपास के लोगों को, that is what is going to help you make everyone on the same page, isn't it? एक आप ही को तहजीब पता है, दूसरे को पता ही नहीं है, तो आप कैसे एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं?
मैंने वो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ.
How do we increase that, right? So by delegation we'll increase that. In fact, Subhash sir, if you have an answer for this, मैं उनसे छोटी हूँ, so I feel that he's the right person to answer. Subhash sir, please go ahead.
So whatever I have understood, Neha, I'm very much agreeing with what you have just said. Absolutely.
Yes, Sayyid ji, is your question answered?
Okay, madam.
Yeah, thank you so much. And any more questions that we have? Zahara is taking questions.
No, we don't have any more questions, but if anyone wants to ask, can you please just raise your hands, or you can just type out your name at the chat box.
I had one question personally. Wait 1 second. Okay, no, he left. Okay, because we have 5:30, so from 5:30 we have Isami Forum. So all the lines are starting to leave by 5:30. So we had that forum. In the meantime, if anybody else has any questions, Srihari Rao sir, thank you so much for that. I am now going ahead and changing the settings and unmuting everyone so that if anybody wants, to
I
unmute
think
and ask a
Antriksh
question.
has a question.
Yeah, one sec.
I have a question. Yeah.
Antriksh, go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
So I wanted to just take some feedback on what do you think of this idea? Like, we are making this portal, okay, and we are inviting everybody to come and make an online course and get a passive income, right, for yourself, for life. I just want some genuine feedback. What do you think about this idea?
Ritika, what do you say? Ritika should tell us.
People like to participate? Anybody would like to participate in this?
I think I would like to get in.
Please.
Great. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Ritika. And
But
we
something
had a
very
few
recent-
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays it's like people have lack of, there are more trainers and less students. Because students, they either cannot afford the training, or or else they prefer going and learning directly. But during this lockdown thing, I think this is a better place to go and work as a trainer, and obviously to spread knowledge as much as you can.
Thanks, Ritika. I appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Antriksh. That's a wonderful website that you've created. You've invested money on it. You've created a website and you're giving this free of cost to all the trainers to create their courses and market them to create too. So that's wonderful. That's a great initiative, and I hope everyone here will like it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this platform. Yeah.
My pleasure. Any more questions, Zara, that you take, or can we go ahead and end this now?
Yeah, we don't have